Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I'm Mike and he's Jay, and we're reviewing You're Next.
To get the check.
Next. And so it's directed by Adam Wingard, who did a couple of segments in VHS, some stuff like that. What it is this family, this really, really rich family, and all their siblings, and there's a bunch of brothers and sisters. They're all really about in the 30-year-old range, I guess.
30s,
late
40s.
20s, or late 20s, early 30s, something like that. And their two even youngish parents kind of have this have a get together, like a reunion at their giant ass freaking house. And these guys with masks come in and stalk them and kill them.
That's it. That's the whole movie. It's pretty much of I wouldn't say it's a stranger-ish type of movie. It's more of a slam bam, thank you ma'am. There's a lot of jump scenes and a lot of like little cheap things that they do, like to make you jump. But overall, once it starts getting going, and once it starts getting into what they're actually going for, it becomes like a pretty decent movie overall.
Yeah, at the start, through a lot of the movie, you're like, well, this looks amazing. Like the way the camera work is amazing. The cinematography is great. It's a great looking movie overall.
It looks
from
good.
Top to bottom, gore, everything looks great. And you're watching it though, and you're just like, God, this is so by the numbers. I expected something different from the kind of the praise I've been hearing about this. But like you said, the further and further you get into the movie, things do change a little bit. And even though they don't change enough to be super original, it's not an original movie by any means. No. The way they do it, it's just cool how they do it. It is a stranger's. It's like a throw. It's an 80s horror movie, but it's not a throwback to an 80s horror movie. You know, like it's got that 80s horror feel, but by today's standards. I don't know. It
kind of works. It's kind of a mix between 80ish. I mean, as far as the music goes, anyway. I mean, there is some, and I guess some of the scenes that are in it looks kind of like a 1980s slasher flick, just a basic slasher flick mixed with, you know, more of the creepy atmosphere that they've got and stuff like The Strangers and shit like that. Now, I will say that I thought the acting, 90% of the acting in this movie were terrible. It was cardboard cut out, no development, one-dimensional, except for the girl, Sharni Vinson.
Talking about that Sharni Vinson girl, I don't know if that's how you say her name or not. She was awesome, though.
She was good.
Her story, her character has a really cool background for this kind of a movie, and she is a great, I'll say it, scream queen. I mean, she could be in other movies doing the same thing. She's definitely, by far, the most interesting, best fleshed out character of all of them. Now, I will say, the other guy, Joe Swanberg, he's also a director. He does pretty good, and I liked his character. But apart from him and her, nobody has any backstory whatsoever.
They're fucking terrible. Like, it was literally, like, when their lines, when they delivered it, like, one of the dad is like, my cell phone jammed and I don't understand. It worked earlier today. What's going on, guys? Seriously, it's awful. Like, they don't know how to do timing at all.
At one point, a girl goes to try to run outside to get away, and what is it they said? They were like, we'll open the doors really quick and then just run out. They're like, it's not gonna work. He's like, don't worry, they won't expect her to run out at full speed.
Yeah, and then when she starts running, it's slow mo. It looks like Apollo and Rocky doing it on the beach. And it's like, oh, there you go. But then after all that was going on, then the surprising thing was when there was the violence and the gore that was in. I was like, fuck me, that's good. That's intense.
It was good. So this movie, it's not scary by any means. I mean, I wasn't scared one time. They got me on a couple jump scares, but it's a fun movie to watch if you're a fan of horror and it's got this weird drive feel to it. It's really stylish at some points. And the music, it's out of place, but it's ironically out of place, and it makes it creepy and it makes it cool, and it's just got as the movie gets along, it gets really, really cool.
I'd say like about 30-35. If you can stick with it through about 30-35 minutes, you're going to be in for a treat.
Yeah.
You're next to get a treat.
It has fun without ever straying so far that it goes into like cabin fever territory or anything like that. It's still a legitimate horror movie that's taking itself seriously, but it's having fun at the same time.
That's what I was going to say. At the end, towards the end anyway, I thought that they actually weren't trying to take themselves seriously anymore. Like, they were just like, let's just have a good time. Let's just fucking do it.
But they stayed. I mean, they teetered on the edge.
Well, yeah,
they stayed with it.
Well, I'm just saying when they inject that kind of music towards the end, and then they're just like all
some of the kills,
over the top kills and shit. Then they're like, okay, it was kind of like Evil Deadish in a way, like with Bruce Campbell, like how he would kill people. It was just kind of like that.
I feel like they walked that line really close. But you're right. I mean, I see what you're saying.
All the way, you know, Sharni. It was just weird to see this girl because I didn't even heard her before. Like, she was in movies like Step Up 3D and like Bait or some shit on Sci-Fi. I guess that kind of background, you know, you're gonna be great as a horror queen.
And she surprisingly is really.
I mean, if you're in Step Up 3D, you know you've gone through the fire.
No doubt.
So yeah, I'm gonna give this movie a 7.0. A great popcorn horror movie for the summer ending.
My question to you guys is, what is the best like home invasion movie that you've ever seen? The scariest. Mine would be Funny Games. Not the best, but just the most disturbing. Because that movie fucks with me daily when I think about it.
Yeah.
What would yours be?
Home Invasion, the movie.
I'd also go with that one scene in Fear when they're trying to get in the house and like beating on the walls and shit. That was, I know it was Fear with Mark Wahlberg, but that was a scary scene.
It's hard for me, because these kind of movies don't really bother me at all. Like, it's hard for me to pick one. I guess if I had The Strangers, but that just sounds so cliche, like everybody's going to say The Strangers, but that's the only thing I can think of right now.
Alright, that works. Yeah, good job!
Okay.
Alright, so guys, I'm Mike, he's Jay, and we'll see you guys next time on Don't Come to My House with a Bow and Arrow. I'll shoot you in the face.
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie.